While her sister Zipp is probably the least defined of the main five thus far, Pipp Petals had the least effect on the movie's plot. Compared with Sunny, Izzy, Hitch, and Zipp, Pipp had a relatively small story arc. She unintentionally got caught up in the jewel heist, somehow managing to bring it to exactly where the rest of the main five were after everything else went wrong. She had a very brief fight with her sister for ruining their family's reputation, but didn't really need much to be on board with going into the lands of the unicorns. She had a moment of boosting Sunny's confidence in the middle of the dancing competition, and I think that's about it, actually. That's how much effect Pipp had on moving the story forward. Otherwise, she was just along for the ride. But with that said, she does have a more clearly defined set of motivations and personality when compared to her sister, at least thus far. And there is quite a lot the MLP staff can do with those elements in the follow-up Netflix series. Being a singing idol with perhaps the majority, if not the entirety of the Pegasus population as her fans, she's got a lot going for her. Or maybe had a lot going for her. Like her mother and sister, she's been revealed as a fake, giving the other Pegasi false hopes that not all flying had been lost. And while the end of the film certainly shows how joyful every pony is that they've regained their lost magic, it is unclear whether the other Pegasi have forgiven the royal family. Now, it is entirely possible that the MLP staff may just want to have Pipp back in the spotlight, entertaining her fans, and have any of her future stories moving on from there. But, in my opinion, there is an immense amount of intriguing potential if not everyone wants to see Pipp back in the spotlight. If fans are divided on whether some pony who was complacent with lying to everyone for so long should be idolized. Because it wouldn't be difficult to understand both sides of the argument. One could say that Pipp had kept every pony's hopes alive for all those years, and then played a role in bringing flying back to every Pegasi everywhere. But one could also say that Pipp had grown so comfortable with that lie in the first place, that were it not for Zipp's courage in challenging the status quo, all the Pegasi could have kept on believing that lie for who knows how many more years. And being an idol whom every pony looked up to with an immense amount of influence through social media? There are all kinds of potential stories the MLP staff could bring from such a setup. Plus, given how many people, both young and old, throughout the world of today who also look up to idols on social media, if not being such idols themselves, I will admit I am genuinely curious as to what lies in store for Pipp Petals. It's certainly not surprising that an equestrian world that includes cell phones would also have their own forms of social media. It adds a bit of modern society into a world of fantasy while also presenting new challenges and potential new lessons that the Friendship is Magic series really couldn't get too far into. Add in the possibility of unresolved issues between Zipp and Pipp, and I'm honestly looking forward to seeing what the MLP staff could do with her character in the future. What do each of you think, though? From what we've seen thus far of Pipp Petals, what sort of stories and conflicts would you like to see from a singer/social media influencer in the world of My Little Pony? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, because as always, I am Dr. Wolf, and I look forward to hearing from you.